Philip, thanks a lot for joining us on Newsnight this evening. You have expressed, and as an organisation and as a union, concern over the 69 mine workers that have actually got the sit-in. What is official word from you? I mean, what are we hoping that's going to happen as a result of this?
Obviously, thank you very much, Faith, and your listeners. This is our game. Not a game as in for play, but it's our responsibility as a trade union to always submit demands depending on the term of the agreement in place. But for now, this negotiation started in 2018 in September, where workers needs an increase, and obviously the issue of the living out allowance. You would understand the then system of apartheid, people were housed in the so-called hostels. Of late, people do sit where they feel is safe and comfortable. And immediately they are not covered for transportation, including the payments of where they live. It becomes a hiccup. Remember, we're talking about employees who are taking home something like 6,000 rand.
Yeah.
And when you look again at the issue of the kind of job they do, there is a flat rate kind of an approach, and of which is very rare in the industry. That's why workers are saying they need their jobs to be created equal to the task they do. If you have got an RDO in the surrounding mines or a winch operator, the salary must go the same. We are almost away, far from about 11,000 and more. This is what we want the Chinese, African precious metals to patch. But what makes matters more difficult is that the sitting management says they communicate with people who are in China. And those Chinese said, no, we are not going to talk anymore. If those workers are underground, let it be. That is why now workers took a decision to say, can the state take its own power and ensure that if those investors are not here to budge when workers need what is right for them, we rather get another, investor, because you cannot sit in a situation where people do not enjoy themselves.
Are you still demanding for, or workers demanding for that 8% salary increase?
In fact, our position, initial position is 15%.
So how did we come down to the 8? Is that what the employers were saying, or is that your compromise when it comes to this matter?
Yes, thank you very much. That's a better language of negotiation, Faith. It's all about a compromise position. We are saying if they can give 8%, not them saying, because the understanding they are creating is that they will only give 8% as a maximum. And immediately they say it's a maximum. They mean it will be 8% on the table, but it will be distributed according to individuals' years of service. For an example, if we are employed in one company, we're not exactly earning the same money for the years of service we do have. And you would find that maybe 3% for you, it gives more than what it gives to me. That's what they mean. Then we are saying, no. We are not going to allow a situation where somebody goes behind you, sort your trouser and say it's a good size, you can look at yourself. You buy the trouser, immediately you reach home, you want to go wherever you want to be. Then you find out, no, this trouser needs to be tailor-made.
So then are you saying that these mine workers must stay underground until employers have come to the table and actually met your demands? Because, look, for them to be underground in itself, it's a huge, massive health hazard. We've just read out a story now of one of the mine workers which had to be hoisted up because they fainted. This is a dangerous, precarious situation that you find yourself in, and one would hate for something to happen to the mine workers because of this kind of sit-in and this kind of way of getting the attention of the employer. Basically, my question is, are you sure there's no other way? Come on.
No. You see, from a health and safety point of view, when you talk about sitting underground for more than a day or so, that I agree with you 100%. As a human being, I'm a father for myself, and I understand what it means. With the experience of leading the industry, I've been exposed to a situation where people had 18 days in Palabra copper mine, and it was bad when we were engaging them to come out. Of course, that particular tactic of sitting underground, yes, is not something that is supported, but you must understand.
So are you supporting the workers currently with them having this sit-in underground? Because, as you're mentioning quite rightly, that there are health hazards. Is there no other way, Philip, that you can encourage the workers. And I take the point that, in fact, this is a wage negotiation. But is there no other way to get employers to come to the party and actually have that conversation with you, whether they're in China or wherever, instead of them having their lives put in danger every single minute? While we're sitting here, their lives are being put under, under severe strain.
I know how to talk.
So in that sense, is there no other mechanism of getting the attention of the employer?
You see, like I'm saying, and I agree with you fully to say, once bitten, twice shy. The attempt is what we go through as leaders. Workers can take a decision that is against their own will or their own health. It is our position to say, of course, the mark is made. All now we need to do is to take care of our own selves, and we have the workers out of underground, but with a continuation to say, if this employer does not agree with what we want, we continue, but in a safe way.
All right, Philip, we're going to leave our conversation there, but thanks a lot for clarifying some matters there and giving us the view in terms of what is happening to the workers. Obviously, Numes has just expressed concern about the 69 workers, over 69 mine workers were staging an underground sit-in at Orkney mine there.